Hi, this is Crow Sports Crapology, coming here with my NFC North preview. We're going to preview those NFC North teams, the Vikings, the Packers, the Lions, and that other team, whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway, and their NFC North, winners are going to be the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings, Mike Zimmer is gonna be able to pull this one off. He's got the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league, probably the top three. They still got all their studs on defense. They got a good coaching staff, and Zimmer's pretty much a defensive guru, genius, and the Vikings are going to pull this off. They got Bradford at quarterback. They brought in Latavius Murray. They brought in Michael Floyd. They got Dalvin Cook out of Florida State, rookie running back. They're going to do this. They got George Edwards running the defense. Zimmer's worked with him for a few years. He's been pretty successful with that defense in Minnesota. They still got all those players on defense in Minnesota they drafted out of UCLA. They got Harrison Smith, the safety, still there out of Notre Dame. They got the guy from UCLA, Barr, the outside linebacker. They got Kendricks. They still got Chad Greenway. They still got Griffin on the defensive line. They still got Robinson at the defensive end. They probably got some other players I forgot to mention, but they got a very solid defense. They're going to have a top three defense in the league, and their offense is going to score enough to win. They're not going to have to score that much to win, and they'll be able to do it. Sam Bradford had a pretty good season last year, and he had no idea what the offense was. They got Pat Shurmur back there running the offense, a very experienced offensive coordinator. He's been doing it for years in the NFL. And I think Bradford's going to be able to do it with Latavius Murray and Dalvin Cook back there. They're going to have a good running game. He's got Michael Floyd at a wide receiver now. They still have the wide receivers, Cordarrelle Patterson. They still got Wright. They still got Thielen. They still got a couple good tight ends. Their offensive line can protect Bradford. I know he can't run. I know he can't move. He's Bradford. He's pretty much stone. But I think they're going to be able to protect him enough for him to complete some passes off play action and some stuff and get it done. So your Minnesota Vikings are going to take the NFC North. I'm sorry, Packer fans, but that's what's going to happen. And your Packers are going to come in second. They're going to come in second. I've looked at this team. I don't understand it. They have no players on defense. Clay Matthews, past his prime, can't really do anything. And I just look, I don't know anybody on defense, any of the players they have. Clinton Dix, good safety, out of Bama, of course. One of the best names in the NFL, too. Clinton Dix. And that's his real name. Okay, anyway. Dom Capers is running that defense up there, and I think he's kind of past his prime. He has put together some good defenses in the past. I think he took the Carolina Panthers to the Super Bowl as an expansion team after a few years after expansion. But I just think it's over for Capers. It's over for the Packers. They'll score a lot of points. They'll win some games because they still got Aaron Rodgers. They still got those receivers up there, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb. Who else? I mean, I can only mention two of them. Devontae Adams, the former quarterback. That guy's a good receiver. And they brought in like three rookie running backs, Packers. Williams out of BYU, the kid out of UTEP, something Jones, I think. And they got the starting running back from the Utah State Aggies they drafted. And those guys are pretty decent. Utah State running back's pretty decent. Utah State's a pretty traditional running team, and they put a few running backs in the NFL. And this kid, I saw him a couple years ago. I think he can run the ball. I do like Williams out of BYU, though, big guy. He's more of a big running back. He's got a lot of power, and he can run inside, run over people. But Packers, I think Aaron Rodgers will score a bunch of points, and that'll keep them in games. But I think their defense is just going to allow a lot. And when they play the Vikings, Zimmer knows how to stop Rodgers. Vikings are going to stop Rodgers, and they're not going to be able to. Packers aren't going to be able to score enough to beat the Vikings because the Packers have no defense, so they're going to allow a lot of points. So anyway, people at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, I'm sorry, but your Packers are going to come in second in the NFC North. They might get a wild card playoff spot though. All right, so then another team in the NFC North, the team that's going to come in third, it's going to be the Detroit Lions, and they're going to come in third just because nobody's as bad as the Chicago Bears. Jim Caldwell's there. They're his defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, I don't even know who they are. I looked at these names. I think his offensive coordinator is Jim Bob Cooter. He's been a quarterback coach for a while in the league. He's been pretty successful, I guess, as teaching young quarterbacks how to play in the NFL. Stafford looks okay. You know, I still don't think Stafford's really the real deal. I mean, he's okay. Stafford's not going to have a running game though. They don't have any running backs. The offensive line is suspect. Their number one wide receiver is Golden Tate. They got Golden Tate. I think they signed Anquan Bolden for another year. And Anquan Bolden's got to be like, what is he, like 50 years old now? I mean, what are they going to do with this guy? Is he going to like go out and pass patterns in his electric wheelchair? Catch it. Oh, I got it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. They don't have that great of talent. They're not going to have a good running game. The offensive line isn't very good. The defense isn't very good. They got Haloti Nada, I think, playing in the middle there in Detroit, and he's not that great. He's probably past his prime. And my crew's telling me I'm getting dark now, that there's no light and you can't see my face. All right, now I'm light again. All right. Anyway, you know these directors. It's got to be perfect picture. Who cares? As long as you can hear me babble, right? Anyway, I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. Vikings, Packers, Lions. Lions will not make the playoffs. I know they made the playoffs the last couple of years. They're not going to make it this year. Packers may make the playoffs. Wild card will miss it by one game. And that's the NFC North. You got one other team there, but we don't even need to talk about them, the Chicago Bears. They're just Looney Tunes. They're out of their minds. I don't know what they're thinking. They draft Trubisky, quarterback, with their first pick. The guy can't play quarterback in the NFL. There's no possible way. This guy started like 12 games in college, and the Bears think he's going to come in and play quarterback and be the savior of the Chicago Bears. You know, they're just, I don't know what they're thinking there. They're just, whoever's drafting players, making player personnel decisions is Looney Tunes. I understand you got to get rid of Jay Cutler. He seemed to be kind of Looney Tunes as well. And you can't have him running your team. But, you know, they don't have much personnel. And that quarterback is just not going to do anything for you. You're going to start that rookie. And I don't know who else they have. I think they're going to start him and see what happens. And it's going to be horrendous for the Bears. So Bear fans, if you're in Chicago, you're going to freeze your living, butt off, and you're going to need to stock up on the booze. Whatever you drink, you're going to have a lot of it, because Bears aren't going to win many games. They might win 2 games a whole year. So I'm sorry, but you need to find another team to root for, get on a bandwagon or something, or I don't know, or just forget about the football season. Just don't watch the Bears, and hope the Bulls do something with that young team over there. Chicago Bulls, they got a bunch of youngsters, and it doesn't look too bad. It might be kind of fun to watch that team. Anyway, this has been the NFC North preview, Crow Sports Crapology. It's been brought to you by Joe's Crab Shack. See if I can get it right here on the screen. There you go, Joe's Crab Shack. It's great food. You can get great seafood at reasonable prices, casual atmosphere. It's pretty fun. Joe's Crab Shack. Got this shirt there. Been to the one in San Diego. I've been to the one in Redondo Beach, California. Pretty cool. So, this is Crow from Crow Sports Crapology, and that's the NFC North, and we'll see you later.